Hello and welcome to another episode of Shaquatics Live with Coach David. I am Coach David, and I am happy to be here with you guys every Saturday at 11 a.m. Today, I've got three topics I want to discuss. And as you know, whenever I'm doing these shows, you're welcome to ask me questions at any time, and then we will get into whatever you want to talk about. Um, The first thing I want to talk about is how to prevent injury. And hey Carter, how you doing?
my there's my
I learned this when I had a knee injury a few years ago. I went into physical therapy and I found out that all the exercises they had me doing were yoga exercises. And that's when the light bulb went off for me. Why am I waiting to get injured and then doing yoga exercises? Why shouldn't I just be doing yoga from the beginning? So that's when I started doing it, and then changed. It's changed my life for the better. So here's what yoga does. Now, a lot of people think yoga is walking into a room with a bunch of candles and then chanting. That is not yoga. Okay, I just went to a class this morning. I sweat my brains out. I worked my butt off. I probably did 30 to 40 push-ups during the course of the class. I am wiped. You sit in a chair pose for like 30 seconds. You do lunges. Yoga is not just sitting and chanting. Yes, there are candle classes like that, okay? But I would say the vast majority of yoga classes are muscle strengthening and stretching. Now, what they do in yoga is what they call active stretching. So you're strengthening your muscles while you're stretching, and that's why it's so beneficial. So I'm going to be on this for a bit. I'm going to do a few videos on this because I really want you guys to start doing some yoga. You don't have to go to a class. There's apps you can look at. But if you have shoulder issues, if you find that you have shoulder injuries, this will help you. If you find that you have knee issues, this will help you. And again, you want to get ahead of it. You don't want to get injured and then do yoga exercises at $100 a pop every time you go to physical therapy. If your insurance doesn't cover it. But you don't want to have to go to physical therapy after you've had an injury and do those same exercises. Do those exercises right now. Do the yoga, do the stretching. Okay. You will thank me for it. So that's my first point that I want to make. My second point today is man up rotations. Man up rotations. This is going to factor into a video that I just did a couple days ago on move, catch, shoot. All right, let's see if you guys can see this. It's a little low. Take it down just a little bit. All right. So we got our man up. I'm going to do it long ways here. How do we set up in a man up? We set up in a 4-2, right? The normal, let's take this down just a little bit. The normal offensive setup would be a 3-3. And then when we're man up on the power play, we go into a 4-2. Why is it called a 4-2? Because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 up top. 4-2. All right. Okay. And then each position has a number. They're slightly different than the numbers on the 3-3. This would be your 6. This would be your 1 over here. It's an easy way to start. Right-hander over here with the 1. The left-hander over here at the 6. And you got 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. So I don't think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So there's your positions. Okay, I'm gonna go over a couple simple rotations, and then I'm gonna talk about how that factors into my move catch rotation that people do all the time is a 6 in or a 1 in. Now, what does that mean? It's a little bit different now that they have the 2 meter box. So if you're playing with this 2 meter box, right, that means you can go inside the 2 meters and stay there as long as you're outside the box. Back in the day, with us old timers, we had to get out. We could only go inside the 2 with the ball. But now with that box, right? If you're outside that box, you can go inside the 2 and stay. That's a huge advantage because you can already be in there before you catch the ball, right? Which factors into our move, catch, shoot thing. If at all possible, you want to be able to move first, then catch the ball, right? Not catch the ball and move. Well, you couldn't do that before because you had to have the ball to go in. So you had to catch it and move. But now you can move first. All right. But whether you move in there with the ball or whether you're already in there, there's a series of rotations that happens when you go 6 in. And I apologize if this is reversed for you. I'll have to check it out later. So if I go 6 in here, okay, all these rotations are designed to give me a passing lane to the rest of my team. If you notice right now, if I go in here, and let me erase it so I go in. So if I go 6 in, okay, and I'm there. If you look at the passing lanes, right, like way over here at 1, I got to go through 3, 2, and then I get to 1. Well, I don't want to go through 2 different players. There's no clear lanes. Okay, so we have to make some adjustments here. So when this guy goes in, right, he has the ball. This guy's going to come up a little bit. This guy's going to come down as far as the ball goes, the level of the ball. And then this guy's going to curl into the pocket. This guy's going to curl this way, and this guy's going to curl this way. So he's going to curl up, down, up. I'm going to erase that, and I'll show you where they're going to be. So this guy's going to be here. This guy's going to be here. This guy's going to be up here. Now let's look. Now let's look. I can go here, passing lane. I can go here, passing lane. I can go here. Clear passing lanes. That's what we want. You guys see that? And it's exactly the same thing on the other side when the 1 goes in. Okay? And these guys will be over. This guy will be more center cage. And this guy will be kind of over here. So we also have this and this. You got to kind of find your spot. Find your lane where the guy can get you the ball, right? And move there. Now, once he passes out of here, you can shift back. That's no problem. But initially, when he goes in, you want to make those adjustments. What we're trying to do is we're trying to prevent one player from guarding 2 different guys. See, there has to be a defender here. Has to be. And this defender cannot make the play on this pass here. So there has to be another defender here. Okay? Same thing for this guy. We're trying to make it hard for one defender. If one defender can guard 2 guys on a man up, your man up's done because you only have 1 guy advantage. So as soon as you allow 2 defenders to guard 1 guy, that's it for you. So there's your man up rotation for the day. So we talked about preventing injury. My recommendation to prevent injury is yoga. Whether you find yoga stretches online and do them, or yoga poses, or whether you take a class, or whether you find an app, I don't care as long as you do them. You can do them 10 minutes before you go to sleep every night. And my point there was when I went and did physical therapy, when I had a knee issue years ago, all the physical therapy, I would say 90% of the physical therapy exercises they had me do were yoga, either stretches or poses. 90%. It's all yoga. So instead of getting injured first and doing yoga, I'm recommending you do yoga first in order to not get injured. And then we talked about our man up rotations. Move, catch, shoot. Move, the 6 goes in, and you move into your positions to give that 6 a clear passing lane to pass you the ball so that 2 defenders can't guard, so that 1 defender cannot guard 2 offensive players. And last thing today, and if you have any questions, please send them to me. The last thing I want to talk about is what you set your North Star to in terms of what you think about yourself. And I was thinking about this the other day because when you do a balance, when you try to balance, they tell you to fixate on one object that's not moving, right? If I'm balancing, I see an object that's not moving, I fixate on that object, it helps me balance. They don't tell you to fixate on another object that's moving and try to balance, right? So, what are you fixating on when you think about your opinion of yourself, let's say? Are you fixating on other people's opinions of you? That would be the equivalent of fixating on something that's moving, because other people's opinions are always moving and shifting. And there's hundreds of them, thousands of them. Everybody has a different opinion. So if you're using other people's opinion of you to guide how you feel about yourself, you're going to be off balance because you're using something that's moving. You must use something that's fixed. You have to have a value system for how you measure who you are. I recommend that value system involve doing things that create self-esteem, earning self-esteem for yourself. For example, let's say you take a year and you play piano for 20 minutes every day and you get good at piano. Well, after a year, you're going to feel pretty good about yourself and what you accomplished. There it is. That's it right there. Let's say you help feed people at a soup kitchen once a month for a year. And then so you start giving to other people and do service to others. Let's say you make breakfast for your brothers and sisters and help your parents out every week or so. You're going to start to feel good about yourself, right? But what's that good based on? It's based on things you've actually done and things you're doing. Putting in the work on piano, helping other people out, making breakfast, serving food at a soup kitchen, maybe donating some of your money. Whatever it is that you're doing, that's something that's fixed and set, concrete. As opposed to if someone thinks you're great, their opinion, now you think you're great. And then when that person's opinion changes and they think you're lousy, now you think you're lousy. See how it's all over the place? What you are as a person, who you are as an athlete, has nothing to do with the various opinions of other people about you. Those are just opinions. So you can't fix your self-worth as an athlete or as a person on other people's opinions of you because you'll always be in flux. You'll always be off balance. And that's my message for you guys today. All right, Saturdays, 11 a.m. right here. Bring your polo questions to me. 11 a.m. Pacific, I should say. We also have memberships now available on YouTube, so you can get access to me on our memberships. We have a rookie membership and a varsity membership, and on the varsity membership, you get a members-only live stream with just me, where we can talk about your game, about issues you're having. So if you want access to me, let's say you're not getting the coaching that you feel like you deserve in your high school or your college or your youth program. Let's say you're a parent and your kid's not getting the coaching that they deserve. Sign up for that varsity membership, and we do a live stream just like this where you get to ask me questions, and I can help you out, and I can coach you up the way you should be coached. All right, real quick here. Let's see. All right, my grip strength. This is from Boy GG. My grip strength is always my weakness, and I want to improve it. Do you have any exercises recommended to improve my grip strength? Absolutely, I do. Give me 1 second. I'm going to find you a couple of really good videos on grip strength. So the first one I'm going to send you. Okay. This is how to palm the ball and then grip strength. And the reason, let's put this on there. Let me see if you get that. Okay. So the link I just sent you is how to palm the ball and grip strength. The reason I was sent to the first one is the first thing you have to do is palm the ball correctly. I want to make sure that you're not gripping the ball so that there's space in between the palm and the ball. I want no space, right? You want to spread your fingers. You want a straight line as much as you can from the pinky to the thumb. And you want to push the ball into your hand, squeeze with your pinky and thumb, and then lay the fingers on that ball. So push the ball into your hand and no space. That's your starting grip. That's going to help. And then you can do the grip strength exercises that I have in that. Let's see if there's another one. And then I can kind of go over online or right now what are those grip strength ones. Yeah, so I'll go over that right here. So then once you push it in and get that grip strength, right, you're going to do some exercises where you just pull the ball underwater. And if the ball loosens up, just push it back in and keep going. So just pulses where you're pulling the ball. And then you can do push it back in or shake your hand out, loosen it, push it back in, and then hold. Hold it under the water. So that's a great grip strengthener. I just want to make sure that everybody understands before you try to strengthen your grip, make sure you're holding the ball correctly. Can't stress that enough. All right, Boy GG, let me know if that helps you out. Check out that video I linked. All I did to find that video was grip strength Shaquatics. I just searched grip strength Shaquatics on YouTube. All right, guys. So if there's no other questions, that'll be it for this episode of Shaquatics Live. I'm Coach David, and I will. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I will see you next week. Bye, guys.